Dr. Bob Tesla. I am the host of Midnight Monster Movies with Dr. Bob and the official horror host of St. Euphoria Pictures. And I'm the younger, smarter brother of Nikola Tesla. You guys probably never heard of him, so all right. So we are here tonight for a very special event. This is the world premiere of Christopher R. Mims' 13th film. Okay, it kind of depends on how you count things, though. Because if you count Late Night Double Feature, which is 2 movies kind of crammed into one, then that would be 14. And if you count The Monster of Phantom Lake, the musical, that would be 15 movies. All in 13 years. So yes, 13th year of St. Euphoria Pictures and the Mimiverse. Welcome to the Mimiverse. We're also doing something a little special here. We're filming this intro tonight because we're going to be using this intro at the Dwight Fry Underground Cinema, which is where I show movies in Ohio in about a week and a half when we have the Ohio premiere of Guns of the Apocalypse. That way they know what they're missing, and next spring, when we have Queen of Snakes, which is Christopher R. Mims' newest film. Yes. When we have Queen of Snakes, maybe they'll, get off their butts and come up here to Minnesota. I had to fly here to Minnesota because my usual ride, Bob Gilbert, unfortunately couldn't drive out here. His wife, Melanie Gilbert, is pregnant, so I had to fly up here. But when I got off the plane, there was this photon getting off the plane, and they were saying, "Sir, do you have any baggage?" And he goes, "No, I'm traveling light." Well, there was a vulture on the plane having problems with his carry-on.
They send me these jokes every month on the audio cast.
Well, anyway, they also asked if I had baggage, and I said, well, my parents were pretty rough. But anyway, enough about that. So, Guns of the Apocalypse, the 13th film. It's Christopher R. Mims' post-apocalyptic spaghetti Midwestern. That's a lot of hyphens in there. But that's okay. How many of you have never been to a Christopher R. Mims movie before? Let's hear you. All right, you guys are going to be in for a treat. I hope you guys like 50s cheesy movies, because that's what Christopher R. Mims specializes in. Also, they got the silent auction out there, which I don't know if you guys saw some of the stuff that they have. They got gift bags, which are cool, but they also have props from the film, including a death dealer costume. And Halloween is coming up for the last 3 months now if you go by the grocery stores. I think I saw them put up Christmas decorations. Yeah. Boo! All right. So, but enough about all my problems here. So you guys are here tonight for Christopher R. Mims. And Christopher R. Mims is here for you. And after the movie, you go buy your movie, you can get it autographed by him. I'm sure he'll autograph the DVD. I'm sure he'll autograph body parts. Keep it clean, people. This is a family film. So, all right, so let's hear it for Christopher R. Mims. Now, I always say microphones are for schmucks.
Yes, they are. And I'm proud. First off, good crowd, right? Thank you for coming out on this dreary night. It's not really dreary, it's really nice. Thank you guys so much for coming out on this September evening. This is, as he said, the 13th feature in 13 years. I can't believe we've been doing this for that long. When we started, you know, things have changed. When we started, all this was not white. I still had a nose ring. Several of my kids weren't even born yet. So, I mean, we've been doing this for a while. So I appreciate every single one of you for showing up. And those of you who have come back year after year, I really do appreciate it. And of course, the people who contribute now to the making of these films, if you contributed to this film, please give yourself a round of applause. Come on. That said, and a lot of you have already been to this before, if I owe you stuff because you contributed to the film, after the movie, it's over there in that box, and someone will be there to give it to you. You have stuff, come get it. I don't want to mail it to you. I will. I don't want to. So come get it, because there's a lot of the actors here who would love to sign your stuff. And, you know, signatures might be worth something. Someday. So yes, number 13. Lucky 13. I do have to say though, it's sad for me to have to tell you guys this, but this is the last premiere we're going to be doing here. In the fall. So the next one, Queen of Snakes, which we're already working on now, of which, if you'd like to contribute to Queen of Snakes, you can do so tonight out at the table after the movie, and you should, to get your name in the credits. Watch the end credits. There's a whole list of contributors. You could have your name or your business or your loved one or your pet. I don't care. Up there, on that screen, you can be immortalized in the Movieverse film. Queen of Snakes. Contribute out there. So we're going to be doing that one. We're ahead of schedule on that one. So we're going to be, ideally, premiering that here again in the spring. Quick aside. Mark Hager, please stand up. Everybody, this is Mark Hager. A lot of you may know him as General Castle from the other films. He's a damn fine curler. Thank you. He's on the Rock Monsters Curling. This movie tonight is his fault. The idea of a Western has been floating around for several years, and I never really was going to do it. Last year, at the Demon with the Atomic Brain premiere, Mark showed up dressed like that. And on his hat, he had the same piece of paper that said, #DoTheWestern. Now, Bob last year then asked the crowd, hey, should Mib do the Western? And everyone cheered. And I thought, hey, maybe it's time to do the Western. So, for those of you folks who were here last year and clapped and were really excited, if this movie's no good, that's on you. Right? Not me. I did my best. But you've seen my other movies, so that's on you. So, not much else to say other than contribute. Get your stuff if you contribute to this one. Buy stuff out there afterwards. I say, let's do the Western.
We gotta go. Come with me.
How do we know you're not one of them?
It ain't safe out here. You need to come with me.
How do we know?
Young lady,
How do we know?
Know what? What are you talking about? One of what? Fine. Suit yourself. But from the sound of it, there's a pack of them heading this way, and I only have so many bullets, and they need to last. So... good luck. Who is it? Who's there?
Please, I mean you no harm.
Then tell me who you are.
I'm a survivor, like you. What do you want?
I only seek to trade.
What is it you have to trade?
Tools, medicines, Wine and spirits.
All right, I'm coming out. Whoever was wearing these has access to high-quality provisions and the brain power to take advantage. Most likely another survivor. Not many in these parts, but you come across them from time to time.
You think it's the death dealers?
And who are the death dealers?
The men in black with the black lips and eyes. It's what they call themselves.
Take cover.
Hand over the abomination.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The kid. Hand over the kid.
And why would I do that?
Either you turn her over willingly, or I kill you and take her. No matter which you choose, she will be leaving with me.
Is that a fact?
It is.
So you're saying, if I refuse, you'll shoot me. But if I simply let you take them, then what? I'm free to go?
No one is free in this world. The only true freedom is death.
Are you hungry, little friend? Good, because I just made me a big old pot of soup and there's plenty to go around. Come on in.
You sure about this guy?
I said soup, friends, soup. Was I not clear?
I'm sure. Forget it. I told you we need to keep moving, so let's keep moving.
Wait!
What?
We have to help that person.
We really do not.
We have to. It's not right.
Look, woman, there's no such thing as right or wrong anymore.
Yes, there is.
No, there is not. There's only life and living. Survival. Mine, yours, and Hope's. Where is she?
What do you mean, where is she?
Just that. Where is she?
Hope?
This way.
Mwahaha! We're back with Guns of the Apocalypse. Don't worry, guys, it's not loaded. I think. There was something that happened up in Minnesota after I left. Just a couple days ago, I got a message from the nurse. You guys know how the nurse has been off exploring to find herself because she was an amnesiac. And she started to remember things. And so she went from place to place. She's been off for several months trying to find out who she really is. Yeah, well, the trail led her to Minnesota. And she called in, and here's what we had to say. Nurse, have you reached Minnesota?
I'm here, Dr. Bob. I had messaged you that if you stayed up here, I could have went back with you.
Sorry, nurse. I don't like staying too long in the Twin Cities after the incident.
I wish you explained this incident sometime. But look, I found Michael Kaiser, the Mimiverse's best monster actor, and my big crush. Hi, Michael.
Hello, Nosferatu. What brings you to Minnesota this time?
Well, I'm trying to find out what happened to me before I started working for Dr. Bob. I've traced my path back from Columbus to the Monster Bash to Texas to Cleveland. In Cleveland, Janet Decay told me that I was there back in the 1970s and I'd come from Minnesota. Well, she was pretty sure it was me. It was someone who looked just like me.
Wow, that's a long trip.
Well, Dr. Bob owed me a lot of vacation time after the time I had to deal with Master Bob Tesla. So now that I'm here, well, I've been wearing this wedding ring for as long as I can remember, so I was wondering, is it possible that we were married?
Sorry, nurse. It wasn't me. In fact, the wedding ring isn't yours. See, Dr. Bob had a lab, back in the 1960s at Phantom Lake University, and he had a lab assistant. Your mother. She looked just like you. The wedding ring's hers.
What? Why didn't Dr. Bob tell me this? Wait, what do you mean he used to have a lab assistant?
There was an incident, and she and your mother left here pregnant with you. And then Dr. Bob gave his lab over to Professor Jackson, and he left shortly after that. That's all I know. I'm sorry, nurse.
Thank you, Michael. You've been very helpful. Dr. Bob, on the other hand, why didn't you say my mother worked for you?
I'm sorry, nurse. All you lab assistants look the same to me. I didn't realize that she was the lab assistant I had during the incident. Can we talk about it later? I'm about ready to go on with the show.
I'm heading back. When I get back to Columbus, you're going to tell me what happened to my mother.
Well, I'm better think of something fast before she gets back, huh? Well, anyway, hey, it's not my fault. I go through so many lab assistants. I can't tell you how many Igors we've gone through, and they all look the same. That's not racist. All the Igors look the same. So what do you guys think? Post-apocalyptic spaghetti Midwestern. You definitely got people being voiced by other people. That's odd for a MIM film. Also, that color beginning. Oh, wow. It's like that's the most color we've seen in a MIM film ever. Also, hey, if you guys decide you want to get more of the Christopher R. MIM movies, they're out there in the lobby area. You can go buy some. I particularly think you guys should buy Demon with the Atomic Brain. I happen to be in that one. Well, a version of me. That, quick draw. You think, okay, how is he shooting everyone so fast before they can even read? That's a common trope of the spaghetti western. If you look at the Clint Eastwood movies, Fistful of Dollars and all that, he has his gun out and has shot all the other people before they can even clear the holster. And it's just a common trope. I know. It's not very realistic, but spaghetti westerns aren't really supposed to be realistic. No one wants a realistic western. It's gonna be pretty boring. So, anyway. Also, for the fan club, we have some birthdays this month. So, coming up on October 23rd, we need to say happy birthday to Dave. Dave is fan club member 000007. And we also have on October 29th, Janet is going to be having her birthday, and she is 00001B. And, it's very fitting that Janet is that close to Halloween because she's a horror host too. That's the mummy from The Mummy and the Monkey. So during the off season, we'll continue with the Captain America serial. So if you're a fan club member, you get to find out what happens with not Captain America. It's not even close. He's not even close to Captain America.
Who goes there? Dear God, no.
Hope!
What happened?
I don't think we can move her. She needs to rest.
We can't rest, not here.
We have to, unless you can carry her.
At this rate, I don't think we can make it to the sanctuary before dark.
Good morning, sister. I said, good morning. I must say, despite the world being in such a state of disrepair, I find your refusal to acknowledge my pleasantries quite rude.
kid.
Doesn't matter.
Tell me where she is.
You know, I may as well just tell you since you'll be dead shortly. The child you seek is in a small underground compound about a mile further down this path. She's safe. For now.
And the woman?
She's there as well. And will be for as long as the Reverend finds her useful.
Thanks for the information. That being said, you're an idiot.
Alright, so wasn't that great? Wasn't that a good? This is probably one of Christopher R. Mim's really good movies. That's the great thing about the Mimiverse. You have your own taste. You might be one of those people who just love the cheesiness of the Monster of Phantom Lake. You might be one of those people who liked the kind of dark and broody Nazi hunter, Weresquito Nazi hunter, you know. You might be one of those oddballs that like House of Ghosts. You might be one of those people who like the Lost Skeleton of Cadavra style humor, so that you guys like It Came From Another World. There's a bunch to pick from. There's also, you might be one who enjoy the musical. In case we have the Monster of Phantom Lake, the musical. So I'm going to bring up a very special guest. Our showrunner, our creator, Bob Gilbert. Thank you, Dr. Bob. Yes, yes. And thanks to you guys. When we started this back in 2012, I did not expect it to keep on going. I really thought this would last 6 months, tops. We had 7 movies that Chris Mim was letting us show, and actually, no, I don't even think it was that many. I think we had 6 movies from Chris, and that was all he had at the time. And I thought it'd be a miracle if we made it to the end of that back in the Grandview. The off season, we're still going to be showing movies. We're just only going to be showing them on the stream that the fan club gets access to. I know you guys, during intermission, you saw the Mystery Bollywood movie that we will be showing next month in November. I will honestly say that is a crazy fun movie. It's also, and this is why we're doing it as a stream, a little long. It's like 3 hours long, so that's why it's like, you know what, I've been wanting to show it forever. Let's just do it as a stream. That way you guys can watch it there. But you have to be a fan club member to get access to it. So thanks to Christopher R. Mim and support from the fan club, we and our patrons on Patreon, we are going to do something really special on Christmas with Christopher R. Mim. We're going to live stream for 24 hours Danny Johnson Saves the World. Yes, it's the Christmas story thing that we're going to do. But that version of Danny Johnson Saves the World, it's going to be the one that we did over at the Gateway when they were up. So it's got our show bits in there. It's got the intermission bits. It's got the show bits. It's got the Q&A that Christopher R. Mim, Mark Hader, Ruby Gallinati, Stephanie Mim, all that stuff is in there, plus some of the audience reaction that we recorded live. Some of the hoots and hollers and cheers. When Mike Cook comes up as Gustav and all that. So So we're going to be doing that for 24 hours on Christmas Day. All right, I think that's all the news I have. Thank you guys. Thank you, Dr. Bob. Believe it or not, I'm very grateful to you, because if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't have had 7 seasons of fun. Yes. I think we've had enough of you there. I mean, this is Midnight Monster Movies with Dr. Bob. They want Dr. Bob Tesla. They don't want... It's not Midnight Monster Movies with Talkie McGee, you know. All right, everyone. So this was a great film. Go buy it. Go buy a dozen of them. They're great for your friends. Also, you know, he ran out of this movie when it was up there at the premiere. He forgot to say this. You know, yes, we have the 4th Saturday of the month when we show the Wild Eye Reaction, which I believe last week was Bread and Circus from Norway, when that was a weird movie, a very weird movie. You know, but also every Friday we show part of a movie in virtual reality on AltSpace VR. And I know for October, all of October, we're showing Dead by Midnight, 11 p.m. Central. Some of you were here for that last month when we showed that here in the Dwight Fry Underground Cinema. It was a lot of fun. It was all really good. You know, it's a really good horror anthology movie. But anyway, we're showing it each Friday in AltSpace VR. We're showing part of it. So you don't need glasses. You don't need to have VR goggles to watch it. You can watch it on your computer. Or there's a mobile app on your cell phone and you can watch it that way. So don't worry about it. You know, if you're really wanting a dose of Midnight Monster Movies on the off season, yes, you can get the stream, but you can also watch us every Friday at 10:30 in AltSpace VR. Okay, everyone. Until next month, science!